Welcome to the 4th Annual Rising Phoenix Awards. I'm really, really glad you guys are here. Now honestly, this is one of my favorite nights of the year because people like you guys show up and it's our chance to say thank you for the things you're doing in our communities. So I will say there are 11 finalists for the awards this year. Of the 11, 10 are supposed to be here tonight. And we're going to give all 10 of them a chance to speak just briefly. But if you want to understand a little bit more about their stories, look in your programs. Can you hold that up for me? There's a written version of everybody's story in it, and there's also a full version of their interviews available on our website. And the reason I point that out is these people are seriously inspiring. They've done some amazing things. So if you would, just give a round of applause for the finalists, please. Who's been to a Rising Phoenix Awards ceremony before? Raise your hands. A few. All right. The Rising Phoenix Awards started 4 years ago. So the reason we did this is we look around us and we see a state of transition. We see a people in a state of transition. We see a society in a state of transition. And we understand that sometimes change is really hard. And sometimes it's a struggle to figure out how to get through what you're dealing with and come out on the other end with your feet underneath you. So the Rising Phoenix Awards are about hope. Hope is very powerful, right? If you hear somebody else's story in a time when you're in your darkest hour, and you hear how somebody like Matt got through what he went through, it gives you a little bit of hope that you can do it too. But beyond hope, you get inspired, right? So hope is a feeling, inspired is an attitude. You get inspired to maybe do something, to do something better, maybe to help other people around you. But from inspiration comes inspired action. And the reason we do these is because the 10 people that are going to talk tonight didn't just go through something really hard. And they weren't just transformed, but they turned around and did something really cool for other people in the community to help them find their way in an easier, faster way as well. So what happens when you have inspired action? On an individual level, we evolve, right? It's about personal evolution. And when you get 10 people, or 50 people, or 100 people who are doing the same stuff, you get revolution. And this is how our society changes, and this is how things get better. Okay, so that's why we're here. That's why we're doing it. Here's what's up for tonight. As soon as I stop talking, they're going to serve you dinner. So I won't talk long, I promise. After dinner, 6:45, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a whole bunch of drums over here by this table. We believe that ceremony, we believe that ritual is very important when it comes to making personal transitions. And Lori Fithian and the team from Drum Unity is here to help lead us, to help call us from a state of having dinner to a state of ceremony and really starting to recognize some cool people. So she'll give you an opportunity to grab yourself an instrument and actually take part in the ceremony itself. That'll be at 6:45. That's about a half hour, and at 7:15-ish, if we can keep this close to being on schedule, I'm going to introduce each of the 10 finalists that are here. And it's going to go alphabetical order. And I'm going to ask each person to come up. We have a little something for you in terms of an offering as a way to say thank you. And you'll have 6 minutes to tell your story. And I say 6 with a little emphasis because we've done this before where people didn't stick to their schedules and we ended up, we could have gone until midnight. So what'll happen is the finalists will come up, we'll give them a little thank you, and they'll have 6 minutes to talk. At 5 minutes, the bell will go off. You'll know you have to wrap up, and then we'll have to usher you off at 6. So it's kind of hard to do that gracefully, but trust me, we do have a hooker. We'll get you off the stage. All right, at 8:30, we're going to do something a little extra. So all 10 of you guys, actually all 11 of you people that have been nominated and have been named as finalists have done amazing things. I've interviewed each and every one of you. I know you a little bit, and I know what you've done. This is your chance to share that with the rest of this community. All right, so all 11 have done amazing things. All 11 are huge assets to the community. All 11 are, in our minds, winners. Right? There's no hierarchy here. But there are 6 that the judges or the evaluators went through and listened to and thought, you know what, those people, they most clearly embody the spirit of the Rising Phoenix. And so we think that their stories are a little extra in terms of how they were transformed, in terms of what they did to help others in the community. And we wanted to give them a way to say thank you back. So we're going to give each one of those 6 that you named Soaring Phoenixes a large format check. It's got the number 300 written on it, and it's $300 that you can make a charitable donation to any organization you wish. Okay? So we'll ask you to come up, name the organization, and we'll thank you for that too. All right? Those are the Soaring Phoenixes. We have raffles. We also have social media contest. Anybody here into social media? Yeah, a couple. I know you are. All right, so the contest goes, Carrie, keep me straight. If whoever is the most active on social media, via Twitter, via Facebook, via Instagram, during the course of this event gets to choose whatever they want from the prize table, from the awards table. Okay? Hey, look, Diana's honored already. Okay, so that's the plan for the evening. Then, you have mix and mingle time, roughly 8:45, and we can stay until they make us leave. All right, so I want to say a few more things before I let you have your dinner. The Intentional Living Collective is a new organization, and I bring this up because I think it's a very important organization for what we're all trying to do. It's a 501c3. It's a company we just started literally in November, but the Rising Phoenix Awards, which have been going for 4 years, are now a part of this organization. And this organization is about calling together a community. It's a community of organizations and people just like you who are trying to make this world a better place. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it. The mission of the organization is to provide resources and programs for learning, growth, inspiration, and hope to the community, and to facilitate collaboration between community members for deeper connections and greater impact. That's what I'm saying. Matt starts talking to Danielle. Danielle starts talking to Diana. We start to see these little lights come together, we can all do a whole lot more, and that's what we're trying to accomplish. As far as the reasons why you want to be a part of this collective, I'm not going to spend time on that here. There are brochures over there, and certainly if you find an interest in this, please come talk to me about it. The important part about this is the programs and the connection. We have 4 programs that are already in flight for this organization, the Rising Phoenix Awards being one of them. There's one called the Single Mothers Intentional Living Endowment. Do we have any single mothers in the group? A couple, yeah. Well, single moms are near and dear to our heart. We think that helping single moms be happy and healthy, and the more we can help them, the better the kids are going to grow up in the future society. So we've got resources and we've got programs specifically to help them, and Miss Hillary Carpenter is the lead of that program. Yeah. So programs is a part of the thing. The other part that I want to talk about is relationships and members. I'll single out Sunshine as an example. Sunshine, raise your hand. Outstanding spiritual development community in Ann Arbor. They're one of the sponsors of this event tonight, but they're also a member of the collective, and that just means that we're working together to bring out resources and programs to make things better for everybody. So thank you for that. All right, the Rising Phoenix Collective. Who knows what that is? Anybody? I know one person, right? All right, so we've run this program for 4 years. This is the 4th year. Every year, these bright lights show up. And if we were to just let this thing go by every year and never talk to these people again, it would be a real waste. So the Rising Phoenix Collective is collectively the Rising Phoenix community that's come together and shown up over the past 4 years. And we have finalists. Some of them are here tonight. Leah's here tonight. She was one of our finalists in 2013. The evaluators have all put time and energy into helping us figure out who's having the biggest impact and how we can help with that. And then the sponsors are helping us to extend our reach. 2014, again, there's this entire group, this entire community that came together. But when you add 2013 to the 14 to the 15 to the 16, some special things happened. So Valerie, you're here somewhere, right? Valerie Reitzel. She was our Phoenix Prime from 2 years ago. And this is 2015. Kevin, where's Kevin? Kevin Myers, who's our Phoenix Prime from 2015, just last year. All right, so the reason I wanted to point this out, guys, is this is not just tonight. This is 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, everything we do in the future. You are all a part of the Rising Phoenix Collective now. If you've taken enough interest to show up, to hear the stories and to share this energy, then you're an important part of what we're trying to do as well. So I wanted to thank you for being here. And our sponsors, Can't do this without the sponsors. Is Tahira here?
I didn't see her yet.
Not here yet? Okay, I'll call this out a little bit later, but this is kind of important to me because we've been doing this for 4 years, mostly on our own dime. And we've had people put in time, we've had people put in, some resources to help us. But for the first year, somebody other than Intentional Legacy stepped up and became a Golden Team sponsor, and it's a really big deal for us. So I'll just call it out and I'll thank her when she gets here. That's the Detroit Local Initiative Support Corporation. And that's all I'm going to say. It's dinner time. Enjoy.